Hey guys, Bree here from Fitness Coliseum again. We are going to go over some strict pull-up progressions, maybe some unconventional things that you haven't used before. A lot of times in the gym we see using banded pull-ups or ring rows as pull-up progressions. Those are great, but here's a few other options that you might want to mix in if getting your first strict pull-up is one of your goals. So number one, this is kind of going to simulate a lat pull down. If you don't have a lat pull down machine, a lot of CrossFit gyms or bootcamp style gyms don't have one. This is a really good option. So take a PVC pipe, put a band through over top of your rig, and then center your PVC pipe inside, putting it through both loops. So I've kind of got resistance here, and then my bar starts centered in the bands. Now I'm going to go to my knees. If I had a tall enough bar, I could do this standing as well. And what this is really going to do is work on our lat activation. So making sure that I'm pulling through my back and not just with my biceps. So I'm getting my hands into my nice good pull-it grip. Depending on, again, where your band or where your bar height is, you might need to sit all the way back on your heels or come up here. Then I'm going to squeeze my back and my lats, squeeze my back down and together, and then pull my elbows out and down, really focusing on making sure that I'm using my back, my lats, and not my biceps. So I'm not trying to go like this and squeeze here. I'm trying to squeeze down and together and using those lat muscles. So again, I'm here pulling those elbows down and together, keeping my shoulders down and away from my ears, and using my lats, okay? You can build strength doing this by increasing the resistance of your band. You also can just learn to talk to your lats. I tell my people all the time, being able to talk to our lats is probably one of the biggest hurdles that we have to get over in terms of being able to do a strict pull-up or pulling motions in general. Number two is a seated pull-up. So I like to do these with a barbell on a set of J-hooks. Okay, now key here is I want to always be pulling the bar into the rig. I don't want to pull this way where it could possibly fall off. So I'm going to put my bar on my J-hooks. I'm going to bring myself inside the rig so that when I'm pulling my bar towards me and towards the rig. I'm going to get my hands, again, out in my pull-up grip, and I want to be pretty vertical here, okay? So my chest is up, my heels are dug into the floor, and my eyes are straight forward. From here, I'm going to do the exact same thing as I did with that pull down. I'm going to bring my elbows out and down and squeeze my lats, my back, to get my chin up over the bar. Now you'll notice I'm not lifting my hips and rowing. I'm keeping my butt below my shoulders so that I can squeeze and simulate that pull-up motion. Okay, so again, talking to my lats, staying vertical, getting my chin up and over the bar. Once you've got those down, we can do scap pull-ups, which again is another way to talk to our lats. I'm going to get up on my rig, I'm going to go to a dead hang, and then I'm going to pull my shoulder blades down and together. Dead hang, down and together. So I'm working on, again, talking to my lats so that when I'm ready to pull, I'm using those big muscles in my back and not just my biceps. From there, you can do negatives. These are quite difficult, okay? Negatives, I'm going to jump to the top or get to the top. I might use a step. I can show you that way as well. And then lower myself down. So a jump would look something like this. Again, I'm going to get my grip. I'm going to jump to the top, and then I'm going to slowly control myself down. Again, trying to use my lats as much as I can and not dumping out into the bottom. You'll notice as I got to the bottom, I still kept it controlled to finish. If that jump is a little bit difficult, you can also grab something to step on, get yourself to the top, and then again, lower yourself back down. Once you kind of have pull-ups, maybe you can do one strict pull-up, so you're at the point where you're like, I can do this, I can get my chin up over the bar, but you're trying to build capacity. Another thing that I really like to do is switch up my grips, okay? So I will do some wide. I will do some narrow. I'll do some one forward, one back. And vice versa, okay? And then I'll do some chin-ups. What that's gonna do is develop all areas of your pulling upper body. It is gonna develop your biceps. It's gonna develop your lats, wider, narrower. It's gonna develop those muscles in different ranges of motion. Whew, that's a lot of pull-ups, I'm out of breath. It's gonna develop those muscles in different ranges of motion so that when you do start to do higher volumes, you have more capacity to pull from because your body can pull in a lot of different ranges, okay? Very similar when we do push-ups. You see people do a lot of high volume push-ups. Sometimes they'll go wide. They'll change up their hand placement. Same idea. The more capacity you can build across different pulling angles, the more capacity you're gonna have in your traditional pull-up. So those are just some thoughts to help you get your first strict pull-up, some scaling options, and some ways to build your capacity once you have them. I hope you like it. Again, leave me a message or leave me a comment if there's something you'd like to see. Thanks.